One of the most absurd things played out today in Minneapolis involving law enforcement and protesters and government officials. It was insane. Basically, rumors started swirling that ICE was in Minneapolis and that they were carrying out a huge deportation operation. So a bunch of these leftists and Marxists in Minneapolis started sending each other messages, and they started to show up and gather in front of where this actual law enforcement action was occurring. And people were like, ICE is here. The funny thing is, it literally was law enforcement agencies. There were federal agents along with Minneapolis police doing crowd control, and I believe it was Department of Homeland Security was also there. But what they were doing is they were actually serving a search warrant and looking for drugs and other organized criminal activities. The thing that's so insane is that from this rumor, people were losing their mind. Now here's the thing. I am in favor of Donald Trump's mass deportation plan. I'm one of the majority of Americans, because President Donald J. Trump won the popular vote, who supports mass deportations. But Minneapolis specifically, they are a sanctuary city, and they have openly said they are not going to help federal law enforcement enforce federal law. I mean, when you really think about it, the people that are out there protesting against ICE doing deportations, based off of all of the reports that are coming out of who is being deported right now, they are literally going after the worst of the worst in our country that do not have permission to be here. So ask yourself, if you're one of these protesters and there's someone that has been convicted of sexual crimes against children, which has already happened in Minnesota, like literally someone that was convicted, had a deportation order, they were picked up by ICE, and they publicized it. Do you want those people to stay in this community, or selling drugs, or selling guns, or assaulting people, or actually murdering people? Do you want those people to stay in this country? And it really is a wild story, because when you really think about it, they fall all over themselves, all of these Democrats, elected officials, and even leadership within the Minneapolis Police Department to make sure that all of these Marxists, leftists, blue anon Democrat cultists, that they are all assured, don't worry, we're going to allow criminal aliens that are harming our community to stay right in our community. And one last thing, I hope that Kristi Noem and Tom Homan are paying close attention to what is happening in the city of Minneapolis. Tom Homan has famously went on national television and said, if you break the law helping to aid and abet criminal aliens, that the full force of the United States government will come down on these elected officials, bureaucrats, and members of law enforcement that are doing exactly that.